So friends, we're going up, 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 up. Is that what we did?
That's what we did.
Friends, this here is the Gun Creek Tunnel. That name, of course, comes from the Dawkins Lumber Company. You can really smell the creosote. It's a two-way street.
But it's not.
Friends, welcome to this continuation of our Eastern Kentucky adventures. We're putting on some sunscreen because boy is it bright and hot out here. We're currently at the Griffith Family Farm, which is the trailhead for the Dawkins Line Rail Trail, which you'll see just over there. They have a nice store here at the trailhead, so probably when we're done we're gonna get some sandwiches and things here. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're gonna get the bikes out and set up, get the kids in their trailers, get all the sunscreen and stuff going. We've kind of rearranged our plans because tomorrow is supposed to be like 95 degrees, so we didn't want to do this tomorrow. We're gonna do it today. But don't worry, tomorrow's adventure is gonna be fun too, so stay tuned to the channel because this Kentucky adventure is not over yet. So friends, this is the Dawkins Line Rail Trail. I believe it's actually a Kentucky State Park, or managed by the Kentucky State Parks, which is pretty cool. There's two tunnels on this trail. The tip-top tunnel you can't go through. It's closed for whatever reason. I believe maybe they're trying to renovate it so that it can be open to bicycle traffic. But there's a lot of trestles and a tunnel that we will be able to go through. I think it's actually longer than the one we did on the Greenbrier River Trail the other day, so it ought to be pretty cool to see. This trail, at least here, is paved, so it's a smooth riding thing. From here at the farm, I don't think it's very far to get through the tunnel. We may go a little bit past the tunnel, especially being we're on smooth pavement and stuff. But we'll see how we all feel. We had planned on doing this no matter what. This was definitely on our agenda for this trip, especially since I already knew we were bringing the bikes to West Virginia. Figured there had to be a cool bike trail here in Kentucky, and so we found one. So friends, we're going up, 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 up. Pretty steep grade here. Luckily the trail is paved, so a little less resistance as compared to gravel. This is a fairly popular trail. We've seen quite a few other riders, which is interesting because I thought the Greenbrier River Trail was really popular and we hardly seen anybody on it. But as I'm going up this hill here, I just can't help but imagine the sound of a steam locomotive going all out up this hill. These quiet little towns here in Kentucky, backwoods Kentucky, pretty much is where we're at. I mean, there's not a whole lot of anything. But they wouldn't have been so quiet back then to hear a steam engine chugging up the hill and at all these rail crossings, road crossings. Hear that whistle blowing. Would have been interesting back in the day. But now it is very quiet here, that's for sure. Really, not much sound at all. Creek, there's a creek down below, you can hear it. But yeah, we're headed up the hill. And yeah, their tunnel eliminates the railroad having to go to the top of the mountain. At some point they would have allotted just to go through it. we have reached the top of the uphill portion, or at least what we hope is the most of the uphill portion, but now we're going down, so we're gonna have to come back up this later, so that's no fun. I was hoping it would kind of be flat from here on to the tunnel. No such luck. But somewhere there's like a really high trestle. I wonder if that's what's coming up ahead. I'll show you here in just a minute, but when we find it, it should be pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's one of the things this trail is famous for, is all the trestles and bridges and things. So. Silly goat, yeah. That's Silly Billy. So this tunnel is lined in wood, which is kind of neat. You can really smell the creosote, because obviously that's what they would have used to treat the wood back then, same as railroad ties. This being a logging railroad, that kind of explains why it's so steep. They might have had shay locomotives or something like that to handle these steep grades. The tunnel we did on the Greenbrier River Trail was partially lined in wood, just like this. And then where there's hard stone in a mountain, you don't need the wood. But this obviously was some sort of softer material, so the wood basically keeps the softer material from falling in. The one on the Greenbrier Trail had like steel beams holding the wood, whereas this just has these massive, I don't know, they gotta be like 16 by 16, maybe even bigger posts, which, I mean, have gotta be extraordinarily sturdy. But also, I can't imagine how expensive those posts would be if you was trying to construct something like this today. I know just for a 6x6 is like absurd amount of money. So, pretty cool though, interesting construction. I've never seen something like this in Pennsylvania or any of the surrounding areas where we've done some biking, so pretty neat. So friends, this here is the Gun Creek Tunnel, and just wanted to give you a little bit of a history of this rail corridor that we're on here in Kentucky. That name, of course, comes from the Dawkins Lumber Company. That incorporated the Big Sandy and Kentucky River Railroad, which is the rail bed that we're on, and that was constructed in 1912, presumably when this tunnel would have been constructed. It looks like this right-of-way was owned by CSX up until 2002. I'm not sure if it was an active railway up until the 2000s, but shortly after that it was sold off and the state of Kentucky took it over, and now you have a rail trail. This is, I believe, the only open tunnel on the trail. If you was to keep going 10 more miles that way, you'd reach Tip Top Tunnel, which is closed and not passable. And I believe the trail continues on the other side, but for whatever reason on the Kentucky State Parks website it tells you not to go there, so I'm not really sure, but it also does say it's open, so you know, use your judgment there. Probably some scenery up that way, but for now we're just doing this little section of trail here, and that's kind of all we have in us today. We'll have to go back uphill before we can coast all the way back down to the farm where we started.
You want to see how, like, the elevation map?
Is that what we did?
That's what we did.
Yeah, so we've gone up 339 feet, and since then it's been mostly flat. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, long way up. It's not an easy trail. This is the longest rail trail in Kentucky, so if you're looking to ride bikes in Kentucky, this is the place to do it for sure. I highly recommend it. We're going to go back to that farm store though and get some snacks and some other awesome stuff. Friends, welcome back to camp here in eastern Kentucky where there's bugs.
Yes, everywhere. It's annoying.
this humidity just brings out the worst in everything. But we're not going to complain about that. What we're doing currently, we're starting the process of grilling some pork chops. And over at, what was that place called?
We're at the Griffith Family Farms.
Yeah, Griffith Family Farms, where we started the Dawkins Line Rail Trail. Yeah, I'm getting all my stuff mixed up, but where we biked earlier today, we picked up a few snacks and some interesting things, and so they had their what's DB Yummers barbecue sauce.
Sweet heat.
Sweet heat, and Rachel's really excited for the barbecue sauce, so we're gonna put it on some pork chops.
You're not gonna slather it all over the pork chops.
Why not?
That's not what we're doing.
You read the description. What's in the barbecue sauce? There goes our child.
William's scootering. There's buffalo sauce in here, mixed with like a sweet barbecue sauce type of deal.
It sounds awesome, and the lady there said it was awesome. So.
Yeah, and I think like you can see chunks of stuff. I can see the red pepper flakes and the minced garlic in here, so this should be good. It looks like extremely homemade. Yeah, she's coming back.
What I also wanted to tell you though is I've told you that this is kind of the worst campground ever, and Rachel would second that, I'm sure.
Oh.
But what's the other campground called? This is Whittleton, so don't stay here.
Middle Fork.
Middle Fork is much nicer. So like here,
there's a loop over at Middle Fork that is more big rig friendly. They've got some nice pull through sides. They're much closer together, but they're angled, they're longer, they're some pull through.
Well, there's places over there you could actually like go for a walk.
Oh my word.
If you wanted to.
Where did you find that thing?
When I was going for my bike ride up the hill, and when I was turning back down the hill, the two girls that I saw playing something, I saw them squatting down, and I thought there was something there, so I stopped to see what it was, and it was nice.
Okay, we'll go put it back in its home. Go put it back where you found it.
But
it
so.
was on the road.
Okay, we'll go put it in the ditch near the road. So over at Middle Fork though, it looks like there's places to actually like go for a walk, or walk your dogs, or like grass, or like
that aren't the ditch.
So like here, it's really no place to walk the dogs, which is highly disappointing. There's not even like places for the dogs to go to the bathroom should you take them for a walk, other than in the middle of the road, which is annoying.
The ditch.
Or in the super muddy ditch, and like, yeah. So go to Middle Fork. Don't camp here. If you have a big rig, you're gonna need to use the dump station over at Middle Fork, and not here at Whittleton, because we've seen someone almost lose their camper in the creek, and it was a much smaller one than ours.
And he almost took out the tree too.
So we were told to trailer it over there and dump over there, and it's much more user-friendly.
Yeah, we scoped it out today.
Yeah, let's get the charcoal. It looks like it's getting close to ready, and we're going to show you some of these exciting pork chops, and hopefully the kids don't hurt themselves. And when I speak about the muddy ditch, this is the muddy ditch. And you can see my tire tracks in it from us trying to back in the camper. You can see like other people was in the ditch trying to back in their campers. This is the extent of the campground, is this road. And all the sites are exactly perpendicular to the road. So getting in them is no fun. So it says a 35-foot rig will fit, and yes it will. But getting it in is a challenge. And I'm not sure how we're going to get it out yet. And again, with the dump station situation. They're spaced out sites. It's not the spacing that's the problem, but you do feel really crammed in here. Like, as you can see, it's very claustrophobic. Those sites were full before, and it was even more claustrophobic then. So. Rachel says it's hard to get past each other, too, on this road. So, like, it's a two-way street. So, like...
But it's not.
And so you got cars coming up, cars coming down. It's not really kid-friendly because the kids is going up and down this hill. Cars, campers. It's not an exciting campground.
Then I ain't trying it. I hate
Maybe
spicy.
it's spicy, I don't know.
Me too.
That's pretty good.
I need some.
Might be my new favorite.
There we go.